Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing out there? If you're with me here in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Good morning to Julius, Astronerd, Ron's Funk, Decline, Silent NW, Nuggets, Luna. Good morning, Danny L. How we doing out there? Viking Trader, Bird, Alec, Dude, John. Good morning, Poolhound, Tron, Dustin. Good morning, Gratis. Good morning, A-Trades. Good morning, Silent NW Part 2. KG, Dana, Julius, Scott, Bro. Good morning, Astro Nerd. How we all doing out there, folks? Good morning, Mark. How we doing? Good morning, Harpreet, Brian, Mark, Kareem, Omer, Lido, Matthew, Carl Hungus. Good to see you. Rufus, Dips, Brody, Richard, Achi. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. Brashidi, good morning, Noah, JP, Eddie's Bong, C. Mark, Micah, Richard, Kale, Abu, good morning, Nay, D, SN, Gary, good morning, Charlie, Durden, Stumpy, good morning, Tommy, Ray, Marcio, Redberg, Potamus, Big Sky, Cyrus, good morning, everybody. It is a very uneventful morning this morning so far, and a pretty uneventful news week thus far. Yesterday really didn't have much that moved the market all that much. If you were watching on Top Step TV, we were talking about, the market coming out of balance and in and out of balance. And yesterday was just one of those days where anytime the market came out of balance, just going over the chart here, anytime the market was coming out of balance, it was just going and looking, searching back to regain into that balance there. So really just not a lot happening here. As far as the news goes today, we are looking at a couple different things here on the docket. And really, again, it's not an eventful day today. Yesterday, we did have, what do we have yesterday? 3 and 6 month bill auction, 2-year note auction, 5-year note auction. And really, there just wasn't much of a kerfuffle through any of that. I mean, there's slight changes, but nothing really that stuck out. We did have the Fed's discount rate minutes coming out, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But really, honestly, nothing really to shake a stick at. It kind of goes back to what we were saying yesterday during our show in here and also on Top Step TV, talking about, good morning there, Big Sexy. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Big G. Hey, and welcome there, TEDx Trades. Welcome on into the chat VIP. So we did have, a lot of interesting stuff, but nothing really stood out to me that was really important to be watching. But today, we don't really have a lot to trade until, the open's going to happen. And then that's where we kind of get some news that's coming out. But even then, it's really just not going to be all that important, to be honest with you. We get the Redbook retail sales out at 8:55 this morning. We did have the MBA mortgage applications out this morning. I'll talk about those numbers here in just a moment. Good morning, Anthony. But really, again, I'm going to say this all morning long. There's just not a lot of news that's happening today. Not a lot of stuff that's going to be moving the market all that much. For the mortgage applications, the week ending May 24th, negative 5.7%. So they came in lower. And I think the reason why is because we had the mortgage rate on 30 years ticking up a little bit at 7.05%, whereas the week over week, it was 7.01% last week. So mortgage rates ticking slightly higher. The purchase index right about in line with where it was in the prior. The prior read was negative 1.2%. Purchase index now coming at negative 1.1%. And the refi index was down tremendously, negative 13.6%. And of course, this is because the mortgage rate is fluctuating back up to the top side there. So when you have that, you're going to have applications going down, refis going down, and if the rate is ticking up. So we'll have to see if that changes anything, because we do have the housing stuff that was yesterday that, again, really didn't move the market. So today, outside of the Redbook retail sales at 10 a.m., we do get the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index, which could lean into what I think it was Bostic was saying yesterday about looking at the supply chain right now. It could lean into that. But again, I'm not really looking at this as a high ticket item here. This is not going to be all that important. There are two things that I'm watching today, and they're both Treasury auctions. One is a floating rate note. That's a 2-year. It's always going to be a 2-year for the floating rates. That's at 11:30, and then the 7-year note is going to be at 1 p.m. today. So that's really it. We get the Treasury's buyback announcement at 2 p.m., which is their liquidity support. But again, I'm really not expecting a whole lot to happen through that. We get the beige book out as well at 2 p.m. So, maybe those two together could equal something important, but it's just, I don't really know. Rips, I got funded with $450K. I'm going to work on my combines next week. LFG. Nice there, 10X trades. Good luck to you passing your combines. There was some news. We'll talk about that in a moment with combines. We do have John Williams, who's speaking today during market hours. He's going to be speaking at 1:45 p.m. today. He's going to be participating in a roundtable about business conditions, which, again, I don't really think is going to move the market. And then at 7 p.m., we have Bostic speaking. Both of them are voters, so, that's going to carry a little bit of weight. But if you're really if you're on the fence about whether or not you want to trade today, I would say, today is kind of the day where you could take it off. You could run the risk that we do get some kind of breakout or breakdown day. Good morning, Spastrick and Kenny. Good morning. There's Strictly Trade Briz, Angel Reyes. Good morning. You do run the risk that you could have an outlier day, but it's not going to be news fueled. It's going to be driven by the technicals of everything that's going on. Now, if we do have the catalyst, let me pull up Nvidia's chart here. If we do have the catalyst of Nvidia rolling over, there's a lot of air down there in Nvidia. So if we do have the catalyst of Nvidia rolling over today, that's something that could cause the NQ to sort of roll over, because it's really had no effect to making the market scream, yet Nvidia has been screaming and screaming. It's one of those things where if you see Nvidia starting to roll and then we see the other equities not really catching a bid, that could cause NQ to kind of tumble. And I guess, we have downside targets that are well below 18,700 that could definitely be tagged if we are seeing Nvidia come back down to earth a little bit here. But again, this is not something I'm expecting. A lot of people say that, Nvidia is overbought. I disagree with that, given that we are in sort of this AI sector. What else are these funds going to put money into right now? You're going for the safe havens, and Nvidia is proving to be quite the safe haven, especially with that 10-to-1 stock split. I'm not saying that Nvidia can't roll over and be trading, $50 once we get the 10-to-1 split. But, it's not, everybody is kind of looking at like a small cap where it's just going to start to roll over and all of a sudden it's going to be starting to trade like $200 next week. But it's just not the case. Investors are looking at this as sort of a safe haven here. And so I don't expect to see Nvidia having a drastic rollover. However, I think that if we did start to roll over at all in Nvidia, meaning that if we start to lose ground, right? Because we've been in this really positive trend in Nvidia that's been happening, over the last few sessions since they've reported their earnings. So it's been going and just kind of squeezing out shorts, and we're getting investors that are going long term. We've had gap ups. We have a little bit of a gap down the recovery. It just continues to go. It's like the Energizer bunny of stocks right now, but it's continuing to go. And I don't see anything that's really going to bring it down, but use it as a catalyst in your own trading. If you're looking at trading the S&Ps or trading the NASDAQ futures today, look at it as a catalyst that if we start to roll over, that pressure and that unwind could cause a nice unwind in the NQ and in the S&Ps. So use that as an indicator, because as it's been going up and tearing to the top side, it does carry a lot of weight in this, but we're not seeing that weight being affected in the trade in the NASDAQ futures and the S&P futures. So just keep an eye out for that. That could be a nice catalyst for a roll today if we do see that. It's certainly not going to be a news-driven roll unless we get something along the lines of breaking news, something that's a huge market maybe making headline where it's some kind of conflict, geopolitical conflict, or a financial bank failure, something like that. That's the type of stuff that would move the market. But anything that's scheduled on the news docket today, I just don't really see that outside of those two auctions. Again, Treasury's holding two auctions today that matter. One is a 2-year FRN, that's a floating rate note, and the other one is a 7-year fixie note. Those are both going to be going off this close to the afternoon, 11:30 and then 1 p.m. respectively. So outside of that, really nothing going to be happening. However, Thursday, tomorrow, that's the day that we're going to be paying attention to things, because we get a lot of news out in the pre-market. It's going to be a lot of fun to trade. I think that if we don't see a lot of positioning today, it's going to show up tomorrow in the pre-market or just before, perhaps in the Globex session as well. So that's something that we could be looking for as well. Good morning, Chalerix. Good morning, Yacht Flyer, Dr. Purple Ape. How we all doing there? So yeah, again, Thursday is kind of the day where it's like, if you want to take a day off and you're going to miss like a day this week, hey, make it today, because Thursday is going to be a big day and Friday is also going to be a big day. And this again leads us into June, where I was talking about this yesterday. June is going to lead us into the end of quarter flows, the end of half flows. All of this is happening in June. This is going to be the final month paired with the FOMC that's happening on June 12th. This is the final month of the first half of the year coming in on June. So all leading into the end of this week leads into all of these things. FOMC, end of quarter flows, end of half flows. All of these things are happening once we get to June, but this is like the precursor to this as we slam into this weekend. And it's a short week, which makes all of this very, very important. So GDP out tomorrow at 8:30, continuing in initial jobless claims also out at 8:30, which is going to be important. Advanced goods trade balance is also going to be out. The retail inventories, very, very important stuff. We have some commentary that's breaking across the line here. Wells Fargo CEO is saying U.S. consumer is generally strong. So breaking news out from Wells Fargo there. Okay, so that's on Thursday. We do get a cavalcade of speakers that are going to be out there. We have, who's it going to be here? You know, I thought we had more than this. We have John Williams and we have Lori Logan. John Williams is speaking during market hours. Lori Logan is after hours. And then on Friday, we do get the PCE. Remember, PCE is the Fed's number one indicator of inflation. So that's going to be the final large read that we see across the tape here until we have FOMC on June 12th. We are in a blackout period next week. It's the kickoff of June. And again, June is the final month of the first half of the year. It's going to be quarter end rebalance at the end of June. At H1 rebalance, kickoff of H2. It's going to be an exciting month to trade for FOMC and all of these things. It could be low liquidity around spotty parts of the market, but if you time your trades properly and you're patient, and perhaps switching across different classes of, you know, maybe you're trading metals one day, maybe you're trading energy the next day, maybe you're trading index futures one day, you should be able to have just a perfectly fine month of June. So that's what we're looking for into the end of the week here. Let's talk about what the announcement was yesterday. If you folks did not realize, and you've been living under a rock, I'm sorry to say, but you missed out on quite a big announcement yesterday on Top Step TV. Amateur genius. You and me both, buddy. So we had a great announcement on Top Step TV yesterday. MP broke the news that you can now trade up to 5 XFAs. Obviously, as you folks know, I've been that person who's been stacking XFAs on the bench. So I was very, very happy to bring 2 of my bench warmers into the team yesterday. So we are now locked and loaded, having 5 XFAs live and ready to trade. I might be waiting until tomorrow to trade those things. I don't know. You know, I'd love to put them into action, all 5 collectively, and see how we can do. But, you know, I just might be waiting because today it might not shape for an advantageous trade. We'll see off the open here if we get any nice trades or leading into that. Right now, you can see we are kind of bouncing at this area of liquidity here. The market really wants to trade back into this zone of balance here. This is where the market is super happy right now. We tried to fade that out of balance, and once we came down to this lower end of this volume shelf right here, we kind of just gave up and we double bottomed here, and we now are coming back down. So what I'd like to see for a continuation on the short would be a real nice rejection somewhere in this zone. So a rejection here, and then we could start to roll over, and then confirmation would be crack of those lows there, and then targeting somewhere in these 2 pockets here. You can see we have 2 smaller, insignificant volume shelves there, but at least it's something where the market might find some liquidity to trade down to. But again, it's not something where I'm really willing to put real money into the market. I probably won't be trading my XFAs today if that's what you're hoping for. But we'll see. We'll see. Anything can change. You always want to be keeping your head on a swivel in these markets. But so again, if you missed the announcement yesterday, 5 XFAs, they're running a promotion right now. And I said this, I believe yesterday. Yeah, I said this yesterday on stream. Top Step doesn't do sales. They just don't do sales. Right now, they are running a promotion where you can spend $29 to get a 50K combine. That's any platform. It's not just on Top Step X. So if you like using Quant Tower or Ninja Trader or Tradeovate, any of the other platforms, you can now use that. I pinned it to the top of the chat here. There's a link that you click, and then you put in that coupon code for 5 Express funded accounts, and you can pay $29 for a 50K combine, which is amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing because think about it. Now you can be trading 5 of these. It's basically like having, I mean, if you wanted to trade max size on those Express funded accounts, I'm not recommending this, but let's just say you want to trade max size. Now you have access to trading a 25 lot position with essentially a 5K drawdown, which again, that's why you shouldn't be trading a 25 lot position, but you're maximizing the amount of daily drawdown that you have on 5 50K XFAs. Now you have $5,000 worth of daily drawdown. Imagine trading that nice and slow on the micros, maybe trading like one single mini, like just going to give you a better chance of producing some serious income. Because think about it, if you're hitting the profit target every single day, right? If you're hitting the profit target every single day, we'll bring this over right over here. If you're hitting the profit target every single day, that's $200 per account. You multiply that by 5 accounts, and then you do that in 5 trading days. That's $5,000 a week that you could be bringing in. If you multiply that by a year, that's $260,000 a year. Now that's hitting perfect, of course. But let's just say, give away 60% of that. I mean, which is a fair amount. You're still in at 104,000. That's at the lowest level, right? Think about that. I mean, the opportunities that you can have with trading on these accounts is extremely amazing. Like, if you're taking this very, very slow, I think that with 5 accounts now, if you're spreading your risk and you're doing this very, very slowly, there's a great opportunity for you. And, just take it slow. I can't stress that enough. Take it very, very slow. So if you're taking it very, very slow, then, and only take 50%, so 50K. No, Savage. So I actually removed 60% from that equation. I took off 60%, which is actually more than 50%. But, hey, if you wake up and you want to be negative, I don't think you're going to get very far in life, unfortunately. I still did not understand what is new with this promotion versus previous discounts. You mean we should copy trade for those 5 accounts? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. And if you aim for just the tradable days, you could do quite nicely. Yeah, I agree with you, Chad. Yeah, Top Step only allows 50%, right? And that's why I subtracted, again, 60% from the equation there. I actually overshot that 50% there, Savage. I don't know if you were paying attention or not. You can copy trade up to 5 XFAs instead of just 3 XFAs. That is exactly right there. It doesn't make sense that it's the same as 150K. How do you figure? Because you get 5 times 50K is same as having a 250K of drawdown. But yeah, Top Step only allows 50% of a withdrawal, but that's up until 30 days. Once you get 30 profitable days, you can zero out your accounts. But, if you think about it, if you're depositing your own money into a brokerage, let's just say that you're depositing $10,000 into a brokerage. Now let's imagine that you made $5,000 in a week off that brokerage. Are you going to withdraw $15,000? Are you going to zero out your account? Of course you aren't. This prop firm is giving you money to trade with. They're putting up their risk, their money for you to trade with. And, there's a lot of requests that I see that are just kind of ridiculous. They're like, well, how come I can't just buy a 50K XFA myself? Why can't I just buy a 50K XFA? Well, you can. Go deposit $2,000 into a brokerage account and see how fast you lose that. Or you pay $149 one-time fee and you get $2,000 worth of drawdown. I'd rather pay the $149 and get $2,000 worth of drawdown. Or in the case of what I'm doing, I get $4,500 worth of drawdown for every $149 I spend. If you are constantly looking for ways to find faults in this stuff, it's probably not a good thing for you. And you should probably just go trade your own money and see how fast that evaporates. It's amazing the opportunity that we have right now. I say this all the time. If you were of the camp where you were like me and I started trading on my own money, and I've been trading on my own money for the majority of my career. I just started trading on Top Step in July. But if you're from that camp that you've never traded on your own money, I'm saying this with caution. Do not do that, because you will end up losing that money lickety split. I promise you. And if you don't believe me, challenge my theory, go deposit that money, be somebody who's super negative, who comes in here and says, well, you can only withdraw 50% of all of this money that they're giving you for free, and go do it with your own money, and then see what, instead of only being able to take out 50% of the money, well, then go lose 100% of your own money, and then come back here and say, well, that didn't work. That was kind of ridiculous. Maybe I should have been a little bit more excited about being able to take 50% of this somebody else's money and that they're backing me with. It's just to me, the challenging that thought process is just a little bit ridiculous. And if you've never experienced losing your own money, then you really don't have a leg to stand on there. It's crazy to me. If anybody finds fault in trying to trade on these prop firms and they try to do these rules, it's like, then go try it with your own money. See how that fares for you. Rips, you're spilling game. I've made 10K in options in 3 days. On the 4th day, it was all gone. It's true. Trading with your own money, it's the same thing. Like when people talk about like, oh, well, you should remove the maximum daily loss limit. Well, it's there to protect you. And it's like, go trade on your own money and see how fast it evaporates. You go on tilt for like 10 minutes and you can take an account from 10,000 to zero like that. And people don't realize that because they've never traded real money before. And they don't realize how good these things are and how amazing it is to have these protections in place. They're there to have your best interest at heart, because They want to see you in the game. They want to see you killing it, and they want to bring you up to live. Like, that's the actual fact of what's going on. If they didn't want to do that, they would never be bringing traders up to live. Simple as that. So I think anyone who has traded their own money knows what a great deal using prop accounts are. Exactly right. And it's like you only see people complaining and saying things like, oh, well, you can only withdraw 50%. Those are the people who have they've even never traded big money. They've only been around prop firms, or they just have no idea what they're talking about, because it's like, well, yeah, that makes sense, because you're not going to zero out your account, because then that open it up to scams, and you have people that are trying to scam these groups. It's ridiculous. So, I like to address those comments because it makes it a little bit comical, because it just shows the lack of, understanding that these people have with markets and trading. And, it is what it is. $150 a month or $5K a month. I know which one I pick. Well, on top of that too, once you pass, it's one lifetime fee, and you get that $149 refunded. You get whatever you paid for your monthly cost, you get that refunded, which is amazing. There is no 30% rule, Wise. There's no 30% rule at all. You can make as much money as you want. That's the great thing about Top Step, is that you can make as much money as you want. There's no 30% profit rule. You can make 50K in a day. There's somebody in here that on a 50K account, in like 2 days time, they made $50,000. And this is off of a 50K account. So their total investment on that was spending, I think it was, they did what, $49 for a 50K combine, then $149. So they're in for $200, and then they made $50,000. And oh no, get this, for their $200 investment, they could only withdraw $25,000. Oh no, but then they could keep trading and then withdraw another 50%, keep trading, withdraw another 50%. Like, I mean, let's do the math here. Let's just see the math here. So you're in for $200, right? So we know that that's the cost. You make $50,000. You withdraw 50% of that. All right, so there we go. You still have $25,000 left in your balance of profit. Now you do another 5 days of $200 and you make $1,000 there. So, and now we're up to another withdrawal. So let's take out 50% here. Oh no, this is terrible. So now we've withdrawn $39,000. Okay, so we make another 200 days, and there we go. There's $1,000. And then we get to withdraw another 50%. And look at this. Wow, we're up to $46,000. Oh no, this is terrible for a $200 investment. Oh no, I hate this whole 50% withdrawal thing. This is the hardest thing in the world. I can't do math. It's just like, it's very frustrating when I see things like this, where it's like people come in here and they say stupid knuckleheaded crap like, I can only withdraw 50%. It's like, okay, buddy, go trade your own money and then come back when you've realized like what a stupid idea that is. What a scam it is to spend $200 on a prop firm account and be able to withdraw $46,000. That's the worst. Yeah, like Carl said, well, what about the taxes? It's just like, oh, it's just insane. So yeah, there you have it there. I only trade 5. Yeah, I can only trade. It was funny too, that announcement came about the 5 XFAs. And then people were saying like, oh, well, why can't it be 10? It's like, there's just going to be people that you cannot please no matter what. Like that knucklehead who came in here and they're like, well, you can only withdraw 50%. It's like, no matter what you do, it's like that person, you know how that person's going to be satisfied. Let's be real. That person will come in here and be satisfied when they're like, here's the prop firm deal. You pay us $50. We're going to give you an account with $100,000. On day one, you can withdraw $99,000 straight to your bank account for only giving us $100. And it's like, oh, that's a prop firm I could work with. It's like, yeah. And by the way, after 30 profitable days, you can zero out the account in 100%. Like it's, yeah, you can withdraw 100% of your account after 30 days of profit. So yeah, again, there's always going to be those negative Nancy's out there. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like you always wonder, because you want to question them, like, what is your perfect world? What does your perfect world look like? And it literally is something like, well, I want to be able to give a prop from $100, and then in a week they give me $250,000. They put my kids through college. They buy me a new house. They send me a couple cars. I mean, I'm not asking for a lot here. This 50% withdrawal rule, this is ridiculous. Oh, it's so absurd. I'm sorry for going on a rant here, but it bothers me so much when you had knuckleheads saying stupid things like that. It's insane. People complaining about 50% withdrawal or full port degen trading that have blown 50 accounts already. Yeah, something like that, right? Rips, with a new offer, no changes to each XFA dealer loss limit or other limits, correct? That is correct. That is correct. That is exactly right. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Then I'm reading it completely wrong here. I'm reading it completely wrong because I'm used to the people who are absolutely trolling here. I'm reading it completely wrong then because I thought you were sitting here trolling about, the 50%, it's not enough. It's not enough. And the thing is, again, 50% is every single 5 days. I'm sorry if you weren't actually trolling there. I just felt like going on a rant this morning. Oh, goodness. All right. Honestly, transitioning my trading from Apex to Top Step now. My payout has been waiting in review for 14 days now on so-and-so. They're waiting till the last possible day to pay me. Hey, we had folks in here that they did get paid. So I don't know if there's an issue there or not. But I'm sorry about that if you weren't actually trolling because I'm just so used to people trolling and trolling and trolling and trolling and trolling. It is the way of the land lately. What's the difference between a combine and an XFA? Good question there, John. So a combine is the test account. It's a test account. It's the account where you have to pass the test. And then once you pass the test, you pay one lifetime fee, no more monthly fees. They fund your account, and then that's the real deal money. You get $200 or more as your profitable days, and then you can take a withdrawal. And it's up to 50%, and that's it. So from personal experience, the larger the payout on Apex, the longer it takes for approval. Interesting. Now let's keep the discussion here from other proffers. Let's just talk about Top Step if we're going to talk. I mean, you're welcome to do whatever, but I have no idea what's going on with them, but I do know that there were some folks in our community that were looking for payouts, and they got payouts. So I love the interview you gave on ASFX. So great to hear someone talk about the benefits of off-chart activities for trading. It's very, very important to have a balance there. Up 2,300 on my 100K. Going to use the first payout. Hey, Sam, awesome. That's great. Not true. I know a guy waiting for a 2K payout. Yeah, I can't speak on it. It's not my company. I don't know anything about it. I have no idea what's going on. I know that they did pay out somebody that had a payout that was pending. That's all I know. I have no idea. What are the combine rules to pass? All that information can be found by clicking the link that's pinned to the top of the chat there. And yeah, I mean, it's basically on the 50K account, you have to make $1,000. The max you can make in a single day is $1,000. You make $2,000 as the profit target on the 50K. It can take any amount of time to get there, but as long as you make $2,000 on the account, that's maximum profit in a single day is $1,000. You pass the account, you pay one lifetime fee, you get a 50K XFA. You can trade up to 5 of them now. So that's what's amazing. Even if they can only draw 50%, at first it's still your money. You can request withdrawals every 5 days if you hit 200 each day. Some of the other companies take nearly a month to get paid. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. There's no payout windows. That's okay. So let me explain this. I take regular payouts on Top Step. I'm trying to get them to change my name in the Discord thing because I just want it to read out that it's Rips instead of my first name because I'm not trying to be doxxed. But I want it to read out to say Rips under the payouts in the Discord. So I take regular payouts. I pay myself regularly from Top Step. And the payouts come almost within 24 hours every single time. Maybe if you request on a Friday, it comes on Monday or Tuesday. But for the most part, there is no payout day specific. There is no payout window. You can get paid out every single week if you're literally in the pocket. Like let's just say in that example, right? Let's just say in that example that we're talking about. Again, this is all perfect, right? So if you're in that example, you get a $200 day and you multiply that by 5 accounts and then you multiply that by 5 trading days. So you can take 50% of that. So you could request a withdrawal from that. So you get $2,500. Next week, you do the same exact thing, $200 on average. You add another 5,000 to your account. So in 2 weeks time, you could take out a total of $3,750 and $2,500. You could be up $6,250, and that's in just 2 weeks right there. And that's different from other funding companies where, and again, this is at the lowest possible thing that you could be doing. You could make $6,250 in 2 weeks, and that's from taking $200 a day. And if you make over that, you can leave the rest of that in the account as well. So, I mean, again, this is all very, very in line with if you're trading your own money and you're being super, super responsible. This all just makes a lot of sense, right? They're actually amazing with the payouts. I withdrew over 7,000 already, and it's always within the next day. Yeah, I've never had it lag. The only time I've seen it take longer than 24 hours is if I'm requesting on a Friday. That's usually it, because wires don't happen on Saturday. But I'm trying to think of like the longest time. I think the longest I've had to wait was like a Friday to a Monday, and I think it came like like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a Monday. So do I have any trades on right now? Right now we're sitting here and we're at $0 P&L. We haven't traded anything yet. I will be trading today. I'm just looking for a nice setup. We do have no news here at the bottom of the hour, but we do have Redbook retail sales, which are going to be coming out at 8:55. So that's going to be very, very interesting there. Nice work there. Way to go. Oh my gosh. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. You should share that with the group. That's awesome. I love that. Waited 4 days once, but that was due to a holiday. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. They mentioned almost instantaneous XFA processing. Is that still end of the day? Just pass another combine. Yes. So check this out. So I did this yesterday after I got off Top Step TV. I have a whole mess of combines. Let me see if I can actually show this on stream here without showing any non-private information. But yeah, so yesterday, as you folks know, oh wow, we are coming down here. So I would want to see this break down below those 790s in order to take a short. Because if we're looking at TradingView over here, we were talking about that we did not have it. We didn't have it break over this level. This is actually close to a MC level right here. So if we have this breaking down, I'm going to actually bring this up a little bit. If we have this breaking down, perhaps we could look for a nice little short. Let's see here. I mean, this is right below 800, so there's a good chance that it wants to bounce here after selling off into those 800s. S&Ps are kind of at these lows as well. I have the wrong stream deck in my lap. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so this is this might just be waffling around in this range since we kind of just made a slightly higher low there. Top Step is the best, but trashing other companies without evidence is not worth it. I don't think they were. I think they were just kind of, ribbing and creating a little bit of noise in this space. A little kerfuffle, Very, very nice there, S-dubs. Very, very nice. First trade for me is this double S&P bottom. Yeah, if we break down these lows here on the S&P, I mean, we could potentially auction down into like 52.86 and then immediately bounce and roll over there. So, hey, Rips, any idea why the VIX opened that much higher? I didn't see anything sticking out to me on the overnight news. Nice work there, Strictly Trade Biz. Very, very nice. And G-Dub, good morning. Yeah, what I noticed overnight was the only thing that I had worth talking about was the Fed discount rate minutes from yesterday. I mean, that was it. They every single Fed Reserve Bank voted to hold. It was unanimous. They voted to hold all of the rates in April, the discount rate. And the discount rate, as you know, is it's for commercial banks. So when they're doing, loans, like it's basically what the rate is to borrow money from the Treasury, and they didn't change that rate. So, I mean, I just don't think that that's that big of a deal, but maybe you could look at that as some, I don't know, maybe if they would have dropped rates or something. I don't know. I just, it's a nothing burger. I'm trying, when you're looking very, very hard to find catalysts through these headlines, then you should just kind of lay off and stop looking for them. You can try to find anything you want. You can try to convert any type of, any kind of headline, you can kind of convert it into anything, any kind of story you're trying to tell in a sense. And if you're looking really, really hard to tell a story, then it's probably wrong. We're back below 800 here. I could try a cheap short, actually. Let's see here. I know this is, we're right at that area where, I mean, it's a technical pattern where it should bounce, but Nvidia is starting to roll over. And like I said earlier about Nvidia, I mean, we could just make this a really, really cheap short. You see here. Let's try to make this a cheap short here, because if this rolls and it's rolling tremendously, we could get pretty hot and heavy in this thing. But there's a lot of liquidity below that can make this thing bounce right back up. But I do like the fact that Nvidia is rolling here. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can get this kerfuffleation to hold here. Watching under 95. See if we can get this continuation that I'm looking for here. We need to see this below 52.86 in the S&Ps as well. Adding right there. Let's see this through 88 now. Okay, so there's a big bidder there at 88. If we snap through that player at 88, there's a potential that we could see something quite nice here. Watching here at 88. How heavy is this player at 88? Let's see. There's somebody front running him now, or her, whoever they are. Who are you? Reveal yourself. Adding right there. They pulled. So if 86, yeah, there we go. That's nice. Beautiful. Filled there. One more out. Stop up to break even. Hotkeys on the desk. Cool. That was fun. So that was, just waiting for that technical area to break down. And I get this question actually a lot on social media as well, where people are saying, hey, how do you do that? How do you short into something that's clearly going to bounce? Well, there's a couple different things. We knocked on the door where it made sense that if we have a technical breakdown in that area, we have the S&Ps. And we talked about this at the top of the show. If you didn't see it at the top of the show, make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to the stream here so you're getting notifications when we go live at 8 o'clock in the morning. But there was a technical breakdown happening. I'm actually going to recover a little bit of profit right there. We had a little technical breakdown happening in Nvidia where we are rolling into this, but I do expect a bounce. But if we can catch a little scalp there to the downside, it's worth running some contracts into that and then being slow and steady, waiting for the moment to pounce. And you can see this is a 30-second chart. And the only reason I show this is so that you can see each and every single execution on here. And we were very slow of scaling into that, and then we're pouncing onto that, right? And that's kind of how you want to measure the way that you're setting up your trades, scaling in and scaling out of these things. You're not, you don't have to go the full lump sum all in at one single time. We are below 52.86 now, so this is potentially getting a little bit more juicy than I thought. It really is contingent upon whether or not Nvidia is going to fail these 30s, 1130s, or what I'm talking about here in Nvidia. We have Tesla kind of rolling over here. Now, this thin of a market too, we do expect that any bids, real bids that show up here, the sellers will eventually become exhausted, and that should invite quite the bounce out of this. However, if we do clear out 770 to the downside, there's a chance that we will trade even heavier there. And I mean really, really heavy, all the way down to those 750s. Watching the Mag 7 and listening to your macro view has helped tremendously as well. I love that you're using that word, tremendously. I feel like I rarely ever hear people say that word anymore. It's a fantastic adjective. People ought to use tremendously more often. Looking forward to getting that Stream Deck hotkeys. Boom. Nice, El Toro. So there's your 70 test. Let's see if we actually break through. Again, heavy bids going into this. I'm actually going to trail my stop to get a few more ducats in my pocket here. And if I got popped out on a stop and it goes lower, I don't mind here. I really don't mind. So, yeah, we are at 80. Let's go to 81 and a quarter, actually. Nvidia has a big gap to the downside. It sure does, but it did yesterday, the day before, too. So, is what it is. Let's see if we get stopped out here. Wouldn't mind this at all. Remember, we have to be prepared for any bounces into these 70s down here. In from 822. Nice work there, Trade Shack. Way to go. Caught a nice little 600. Done for the day trying to pass this eval. Hey, White House cap. There you go. Am I living in the future? Is today May 29th or not May 28th? Did I put the wrong date on that thingamajig? Did I do that? Let's see. Did I do the wrong date? Oh, by golly, I did. Let me change that right now. There we go. 29th. I'm sorry about that. You are living in the future there. Does he say tremendous as well? I didn't know that. That guy's hilarious. Your ribs, if I'm over 865 on a 150K combine, should I bring down the account with a loss? How much are you at on your daily profit? What is your daily profit today? Just today, Brandy. Let me know that and I can help you out. Bought a combine with your code and this drop happened. Did you get in there, Ina? Tell me. Tell me you got in there. That'd be sweet. We'll do a little poll on the room here once we get stopped out on this trade. But we're running this single lot here down into Glory Town. See if we can get stopped down here. It's possible to trade Apex and Top 7 Ninja with a trade copier. I believe if you do Tradeovate for your accounts on Top Step, you can. Yes. Okay, so we got stopped out there. Any guesses on how much money we made on that one? Any guesses? What are we thinking? What do we think? Like $100? Yeah, it seems like $100, right? Check this out. This is what's cool. Bam! $3,000, folks. You say, Rips, $3,000. How'd you do that? I don't understand. How did you do 3,000? Well, it's the copy trading, folks. Look at that. Copy traded on 5 accounts here. You can see I'm just loaded up, by the way. I had loaded myself up. And here's my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 5 Express accounts. But I'm loaded up. I'm ready to go. I got more combines waiting in the wings here. I'm ready to get these all pumped up. We got those 5-packs coming, right? It's one less than a 6-pack. It's a 5-pack here. But there you go. Simple, easy trade. The maximum size we got there was 4 contracts, and that brings us in $3,000. So now you're seeing the possibilities here with this copy trading stuff. I mean, it really does add up quickly. It's kind of insane when you think about it. The potential of, just eyeing something like this where we say, okay, well, if we break that level, we're going to look for a nice little scalp to the downside there, and we just take it nice and slow. When you show the total net profit, is that also part of Replicanto? No, it is trade performance in NinjaTrader. Trade performance in NinjaTrader. It's a built-in, baked-in feature right there. So yeah, that's great. So trading in our combines there, didn't trade in our XFAs, but trading in our combines there, this is how we were able to, on just one single trade, make $3,000. So I think that the goal here in the future, as we start trading these 5 XFAs, will be together to trade these things and see how slow and steady works, and see if we can take some withdrawals together, and just show how slow and steady can work this, and how the magic of 5 accounts really does work there. Is it 1 live plus 5 XFA? Yeah, actually I am trading 6 accounts now. So I have my live account, which I dusted off the cobwebs off of last week, which was hilarious. And then just got 5 accounts now ready to go. Those express funded, just juicy stuff. Done with the 50K accounts for today. Nice work there, M2. Let's go. You love to see that. Looks like you're getting ready as well for the 5 account party. What are you using to copy trade Ninja? Right here is the link to it. Copy trade is Replicanto. There's Nightbot with the link for you there. Make sure if you're ever going to get Replicanto, use that code Clubhouse20. It does get you 20% off, which is great. It's a lifetime fee for Replicanto, and they release updates like every other week for it, which is great. So yeah, so there you go. That's all you ought to do right there. Right there is that's really all it takes to bring in $3,000 worth of profit. It's very, I mean, for me personally, I've kind of stopped worrying about the leaderboard, and I think that with 5 accounts, XFA accounts, it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, there you go. Let me see. What did I miss here, Casey? Let's see. What did I miss here? Oh, you know what? YouTube messed up here, so I can no longer see like chat history, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. That's fine. Daily profit 5653. Wait, where are we seeing that? Where's that number, Brandy? My daily profit today is $3,049. 29 code above is also good for using Ninja. Yes, it works on every single platform. So Ninja, Quantower, Trade Evade, Bookmap, whatever platform you want to trade on, it works on 100%. So where and when you think the hotkey indicator is available, any prizes? So the hotkey indicator, and this is the one that we used to put on this trade right here. This is it right here. The hotkey indicator is coming out very, very soon. We're putting the final touches on it. It's going to be released to the public here. And it's currently only working for NinjaTrader, but it's the platform that I use every single day. There's a version that we have for TopStep X, but TopStep X is natively going to be coming out with hotkeys themselves. So if you don't want to trade on NinjaTrader, you're going to be able to have hotkeys on TopStep X, and those are going to be coming natively, which is great. Leaderboard is stupid. It's enough to fight against the market and myself. Yeah, I mean, I've been wrestling to get on the leaderboard, as you know. I've been wrestling and trying to get on the leaderboard. And the more I tried to focus on it, I think the worse that my performance suffered. And so for me personally, I think I'm just now going to be focused on trading, XFAs with you folks, and then hopefully getting those XFAs monies transferred to my live, and then trading the live account in here. That would be great. Can you explain what you saw for an order there when you were in the trade? Yeah, I mean, technical breakdown here. And we had a couple different factors, right? So we were talking about this, of course, right here. The fact that it didn't make over those highs and that we're looking for these lows to snap. This was our entry right here. But we're also not only looking at that, but we're looking at Nvidia here. Nvidia, we talked about at the top of the call, was that I'm looking for any kind of technical rollover in Nvidia. And by golly, that's what we had right here. little technical rollover in 2 spots. So we did that, and then we made a lower high and we started to roll over, and that is a lot of pressure. As I said, it doesn't take a lot of pressure when you see an asset class, something that's moves something else, right? So when there's synergistic movements in asset classes or equities to index futures, in the case of Nvidia, it is the number 3 weight. It's jostling for the number 2 weight, but it is the number 3 weight of the NASDAQ 100 futures right now. So that carries a lot of weight. And now when you see Nvidia that's been pushing higher and higher, we're talking about adding billions of dollars to their market cap, and the NASDAQ futures are barely reacting to the upside. Well, you can use that information. And this is, I mean, if you just got one thing from today's stream and this was it, this is something you want to carry with you. If you have Nvidia that's moving up and up and up and moving hundreds of billions of dollars worth of market cap, and the NASDAQ futures are not reacting to that, well, when they start to roll over, you're going to have a big reaction to the downside, because if they're not reacting to the upside, then you're going to see a big reaction to the downside. And that's what we saw there. A very slight rollover in Nvidia invited us to find that nice flushacito to the downside there in the NQ futures. And we pair that with, we're at a very actionable level in the S&Ps. Let me bring that up here. We're at a very actionable level in the S&P futures here, where we're looking for that technical breakdown of 88 right here, which is kind of like a double bottom. We're looking for that same technical breakdown, and we have all of that forming a perfect trading cocktail, shaken up, poured over ice, and we just sip that right on down as we short into that move there. Simple as that. So that was the pattern and the breakdown that I was looking for, and that's what led me to the promised land on that trade there. So hopefully that helps the explanation for you there. Rip's trying to explain to my husband, is the point of copy trading to preserve your accounts, meaning you couldn't have done the same profit in one account with more contracts? Exactly right. So if you're trading on one account, I only trade the 150K accounts, right? Your maximum daily loss limit in that account is $3,000. Now, let's just say that I traded that exact same position. I would have to trade 20 contracts. Now, 20 contracts is $400 a point. So every 10 points is $4,000. If I'm wrong on that, and by the way, you can't even trade 20 contracts in a 150K account. The maximum size of contracts that you can trade is 15 contracts, and that is $3,000 every 10 packs. So you move 10 points in the NQ, that's $3,000, max size 15 contracts. I traded 20 contracts on the position because I had 4 contracts times 5 accounts. The maximum drawdown that I have on all of those accounts across the board is now $15,000. So I'm mitigating my risk by spreading it out, and I'm lowering my contract size. 4 contracts is a lot to be trading with 5 copy traded, but I'm mitigating my risk by spreading it to the horizontal instead of doing a vertical risk, right? Does that make sense there for you? Who was that? Wetlands, was that helpful? Rips, do you know if Top Step accumulates all XFA profits before moving to live, or do they wait for each account to hit the max 50K before moving to live? So I didn't hit 50K in my XFA that they moved over to a live account. And it is, so if you don't understand what this means, prop firm, prop. What does prop mean in prop firm? Prop stands for proprietary trading. So they have a proprietary formula that calculates how do they bring up their traders. So they have a proprietary criteria. Oh my gosh, say that 3 times fast. They have a proprietary criteria that sifts through their traders to look for the best of the best. And if you meet that criteria, they manually go through all of your trading history. They look at how many combines you buy, what kind of resets you're doing, how many XFAs you've had. They look through your history, and then they make a decision. Is this person worth investing in? Is this person going to actually make money for the firm? Or are we going to load up a real money account for them, and then they're going to go and blow that account? That's what they're looking at, but it's all proprietary. They don't share that with me. They don't share that with anybody. That's all internal. I don't work for Top Step. I'm just an ambassador for their brand, and they don't share any of that information as it is proprietary. So anybody who is brought up to the live is not hitting just a max profit cap. That's not how that works. It might be for some people, but for me personally, I didn't hit 50K in my XFA account. I ended up hitting not even close to that. I think I was like $25,000, $30,000 or something like that. So was far away from that 50K goal or 50K, whatever cap you want to call it. So how long is the code active for Top Step? So like I said, Top Step rarely does sales. If you're on the fence about it, it's probably going to last for a week, but I would highly recommend that $29 for the 50K combines. That's lasting until you pass. So if you don't pass the first month, it's not like you're going to be rebilled at the full price the next month. It stays at $29 until you pass. And I think you can do up to 5 with this promotion, up to 5. How do stocks move in pre-market overnight while the market is closed? So there's pre-market hours and then there's after hours trading. So equities open at 1 a.m. and they close at 8 p.m. So the pre-market trade goes from 1 a.m. until, I'm mixing up the times, 4 a.m. until open at 9:30 and then closes at 4 p.m. and that goes until 8 p.m. So there's a 4-hour window right there. So there's a pre-market and then there's an after hours. Is the new $29 offer the same as the one that used to be $49? And what happens for the one I bought for $49? So I keep paying $49 until I get an XFA. That's right. So what you could do, Mo, is you could cancel your rebill on the $49 one and just put like a note in your phone on your calendar that states, that when that account is going to expire, when you have to try to pass it by. And then you can just load up on the $29 accounts there. So how many days should I trade to pass the combine? I had this question on Top Step TV yesterday. For the combines that I trade here live on stream, my average pass time is about 9 days, 9 trading days, which works out to be just under 2 weeks, right? So 9 days is on average about $1,000 a day profit because it takes $9,000 worth of profit to pass the 150K combines. But sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes shorter. The shortest amount of time that you can pass a combine, no matter what size, is 2 days. And that's measured by the fact that you cannot make more than 50% of the profit goal. On the profit goals, $9,000 on the 150K, $6,000 on the 100K, $3,000, or is it $3,000 on the 50K? Yeah, $3,000 on the 50K. And so you can't make more than $1,500 on the 50K. You can't make more than $3,000 on the 100K. You can't make more than $4,500 on the 150K, but that's at the combine level. Once you go to the XFA, you can make unlimited profit to the upside. It doesn't matter what you make. So you can have a day where you make 25,000, the next day you make 100, next day you lose 100, next day you make 100, next 5 days you make $200, take a withdrawal, right? So, and the profitable days to get a withdrawal, you do not have to be consecutive at all. Ramezla says, I was moved to live after about 30K, but including taking payout. There you go. Yeah, it's again, they're looking for traders that they can trust that are going to trade well and continue to produce profits for them because they are putting up real money in that risk and they want to make sure that you're somebody that can be trusted with that, right? Folks, let's run a poll in here. Hit that like button. I know YouTube changed their layout. All you have to do is click the close button on the chat and then it'll hide it and then click that like button. If we get up to, wow, what are we at here? 352 likes. Let's get it up to 500 likes. We'll do a poll and then we'll do that Top Step Combine giveaway. By the way, to enter that, all you have to do is retweet one of these tweets here. Let me see here. Let me send that tweet here in this right here. So if you just retweet this, that enters you into the Twitter contest right there. There it is. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. What did I miss here? All metals dumping. I think we consolidate for a while. Yeah, I'm not expecting fireworks from today. I'm happy that we made the money that we did while we made it. It was just a nice little technical breakdown that we were looking for. And again, didn't really have to go crazy on size. Think about it now. If you're one of the size lords out there, the maximum size that you can now be trading on 150K XFAs is a 75 contract position. Should you ever do that? Probably not. I mean, if you're up like $50,000 on the day, maybe you want to take that risk if you have a really good setup. But if you're one of those people that's like looking for max contracts, which you never should be that person, well, congratulations, you've won. You could do 75 contracts now, copied across 5 150K XFAs, which is absolutely insane. Imagine that, a 75 contract position. When you break it out like that, I mean, that's insane. What does that work out to be? Is that $15,000 every 10 pack? Is that right? Wait, hold on. 75 times 20. Yeah, that's 15,000 per 10 pack. Woo! Holy smokes, that'll blow your hair back. Can you imagine? I mean, I guess if you're up 50 grand on the day, right? That would be nuts. I mean, I would be puckered up for sure. Rips, I want to share the journey I've been on this month with one of my XFAs. After 2 days of getting this account, I lost and went on tilt, and then I hit my daily loss limit. I was about to give up on this account, but then your streams and the stories you've shared with us motivated me to keep going. I'm happy to report that after hitting base hits, I was able to bring this account in the positive now. Thanks to you and your community. Best community I've been a part of. Thanks, A-Trade. That's super sweet of you to say that. That's awesome. Look at that graph, too. That is awesome. Yeah, imagine trading 75 lots, right? Whew. I mean, I would be very puckered up doing that. That would be like, you shouldn't be doing that. But imagine if you caught a 200 point ripper, that's 300 grand to the face. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. When you start thinking about the numbers that you can make on futures, it's just insane. Oh, that's funny. Tori Wells, they look at each account individually. If you're copy trading, then all accounts would look the same and all accounts would be transited live. Yep, it's exactly right there. All right, let me see here for the Twitter bot giveaway. I always forget which one I use. Let me see here. Twitter bot. Let's see here. Twitter bot giveaway. I forget which one it is. Twitter Picker, I think, is the one I use. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. Cool. I got it all suited and booted there. Yeah, I would be very puckered up trading a 75 lot position. I'm curious if you folks would ever be trading a 75 lot position. It just seems like a lot. Let's run a poll here for the NAS. So we are trading right now. Here and now we're at 18,785. So let's do you think the NQ ends the day above or below? And we'll do 18,785. Let's do that. 785. Above, below. All right, there we go. Let's get some votes in here on the poll. There's over 2,000 of you folks watching. Let's see if we can get at least 1,000 votes in the poll here, because to be honest with you folks, you have been crushing these polls. I've been keeping a little bit of data here off to the side. I need to collect more data so your votes do indeed matter. What is the code for $29? Does it have to be TopStepX platform? Good question there, Tebow. So if you check out what's pinned to the top of the chat there, it'll show you the coupon code. You click the link that's pinned to the top of the chat there. You can use this code on any platform. So not just TopStepX. You can use this on NinjaTrader, Quant Tower, anything you want. Yeah, the code is 5 Express funded accounts there. Rips is selling our data. Look out. Carl, the meme master, put up some great memes. I'm always looking forward to your memes there, Carl. I was short from 8:30, but got out too soon. Now I'm sad to see. Well, you know, you're always going to miss trades. It's part of being a trader. You're going to have losing days. You're going to have missed trades. When you've been doing this for long enough, you start to really treasure those days where it's like that you feel that you're in the pocket and the P&L that you produce really kind of goes to the wayside. It just becomes a self-evaluation on, were you in the pocket? Did you trade well? Because at the end of the day, the market's going to do whatever it's going to do. We can only control the size that we're putting in the market and how we control our emotions and how we manage our risk, managing our risk. That's what we can do. If the market's going to have a wild day, and we're managing our risk properly, we're probably going to outsize our days that even though we're managing our risk properly, the market doesn't produce a lot of points. It really isn't up to us, right? That's one of the hardest things to do. As humans, we really want to rate our performance. And if we make $10,000 in a day where maybe the market is giving us an easy fade or, it's never easy, but the market's giving us an opportunity where it's moving a few hundred points and we can catch a little slice of that and manage our risk well. Maybe we make, let's just $10,000 or something like that, right? Now, if the market is not producing that type of alpha on the day after that, you might feel that, oh, I'm a failure because I didn't make $10,000 again. I made it yesterday and I thought I was doing really, really well. But the stark difference in there is that on one day, the market was moving a whole bunch. And then on the next day, maybe it wasn't. So that's one of the things that was tough for me to understand about the markets when I was trading them early on. I used to think that I had full control over my performance in the markets, where in a sense you do, but it's more about how well you're managing your risk. And the market's going to produce different days. I mean, it's very rare that you're going to have consecutive over and over and over days where the market is just producing and producing and producing. I guess unless you're Coach Dakota. Coach Dakota seems to be able to find a way to always squeeze alpha out of the market. But you need to temper your expectations. You really do. Let's see here. If we lose the daily value areas and zoom out, look to the weekly value. To me, it looks like we are retracing last week's value. Let's see how this holds. If not, I would look first to 750, 755, which is a previous week point of control, and TPOC. Then if there's no reaction there, look for previous week value area low at 680, which does actually line up with some MC levels there. Very nice. So 9 a.m., hold on. Listening to some news that's coming out here. Gold short I mentioned earlier. Let's have a look-see here. Ooh, nice call there. We do have some levels here on gold. Very nice call there. Dakota's daily loss limit is $9,000, right? And he could call it Mick right now. He could send a text to Mick and say, hey, bump my daily loss limit to $20,000. And then Mick is going to say, yeah, of course, whatever you want. He can change that to whatever he wants. To match the same daily loss limit on the 5 XFAs now, he would change it just to $15,000. It'd be the same as trading 5 XFAs. Can't sign up to Ninja from my country. Does Quant Tower come close? Quant Tower is great. I see a lot of people that use Quant Tower that love it. Here is what we need for a daily loss limit to handle a 5 account 15 lot position. Oh my goodness, let me think. Realistically, I mean, because it's 15,000 a 10 pack. I mean, 50 to 75K, probably something like that. I mean, that's why I was saying, like, if you're up 50 grand, maybe you could go for that type of trade. But the likelihood that you're just going to get smoked on that is pretty high. You know, you can get lucky. There's no doubt about it. You can certainly get lucky, but it's just not a great idea. You know, you should probably stay away from that. That's the beauty of trading across 5 XFAs now. It's like you can literally size down and you have way more risk now. Because think about it. It's simple math. It really is. If you're trading on 3 XFAs and I want to trade 15 lots, I have to do 5 per account. And on 5 per account, what does that work out to be? 1,000 a clip? That's 30 points of drawdown that I get. If I want to trade that now across 5 XFAs, I only have to trade 3 lots. That's 600 a clip. I get 50 points of drawdown now. So I go from having 30 points of drawdown to 50 points of drawdown. It's a no-brainer. It's just more drawdown. It's more risk that's spread out. Should you size up? No. Size down. Size down. You get way more downside risk now. And the maths, trust me. I just did my first copy trade, went for $50 and YM times 3 equals $150. Nice work there, David. We are coming down now. Woo. Boy, we are coming down. Anybody still holding that short from earlier? We got ticked out there, but we didn't catch the re-roll. Just did my first copy trade. Nice. If TopStep does 20, they would blow Apex. I mean, no matter what, it's never going to be good enough. I think 5 is plenty. 5 is a lot of, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it adds up. I'm hoping that I can prove that to everybody out there as I continue to trade here. Good morning, TV8. How you doing there, buddy? It makes sense why you can't copy trade on a live account. The order book would be crazy. I mean, technically, you could like, if you're copy trading on 5 accounts and then they move you to live, just carry your risk parameters over. That's all you have to do. I mean, if you carry your risk parameters over, it's the exact same trading, right? So for instance, copy trading across 5, you have $15,000 worth of drawdown. You ask Mick, you say, hey, make my daily loss limit 15 grand. Hopefully your account balance is not $15,000 because you blow it in a day. But you know, I don't think they'd give you that daily loss limit if that's the case, right? If you can't make money with 5 accounts, you can't make money. I mean, 5 accounts is insane. It's a 67% increase. So if you were making $100,000 a year, now you can make $167,000 a year just by trading exactly how you did. I mean, it's a crazy increase. 67% is a lot. It's a lot. And again, you're being able to mitigate that downside risk as well. So 9 a.m. here, we are kind of just rolling over. I still haven't taken any other trades here. But we do have room all the way down to 750s, and I do see a lot of liquidity stacking up there. I would probably like to wait until the market opens. I would like to see the S&Ps coming all the way back down to where we were on Thursday, which is 52.73-ish, 74, 75, somewhere in that range, and then maybe finding some bids and we boot, scoot, and boogie to the top side. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Thank you, Deviate. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. I guess Ninja is not a free platform with TopStep. What is the free platform? You can use Ninja. It's free. It's absolutely free. You just have to follow the instructions. They give you instructions on how to set up Ninja Trader. You don't have to buy it. It's free. I've never paid for Ninja Trader on TopStep. Never once. Give you a free license and everything. So it is a very free platform. Do not have to pay for it. Where do you expect price to go today? We want to see what you select in the poll. Well, let's see. That's a tough question. I really want to see these orders going off on the market here. I really do. If I was to speculate, I mean, we don't have any. It's so hard. It's so hard for me to speculate. You're putting me on the spot. I like it. We're at inflection points across the board right now in the Mag 7. If we do find some solidified bids here in a moment, before 9:30 rolls up, put it this way: if we don't break below 5270 in the S&P, which I think is kind of the biggest inflection point across all markets today, if we don't break below that and we find bids up into that point and we're holding that, I think we go above today. If we're breaking below 5270 in the S&P, I think that the market could tremendously roll. But without a lot of news, we're only looking for positioning trades going into tomorrow and Friday's news events. And that is, of course, you have some auctions today, not a big deal. I don't expect those to be a huge deal, but let's get those likes pumped up, though. If we get those likes to 1,000 likes, we can do the giveaway sooner than later. We're at 577 likes. All you have to do is close that chat window, click the like button, bring the chat back up. It's really easy to do. So hit those lucky likes, and the sooner we get there, the sooner we'll give away a free Top Step Combine here. So we got 5 accounts at 500 a day, 2,500, 1,250 weekly, 50K monthly. And most of you can do this, but the problem is greed. And you just have to not go on tilt too. If you're feeling out of the pocket, stop trading. It's okay to have a losing day, right? If we increase speed to the downside, don't go long. That's a good advice there, Captain Price. Should I be trading after hours? If you can, run the numbers on it. Some folks do really well in Globex trading. Some folks do not. Some folks do better at a very specific window of time. If you can use a product that is a trade journal that tracks your trades, you can actually queue up the exact hours that you're most profitable at. But you have to give it a decent amount of data to work with. It's not like you can give it a week of data and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm the best trader on Tuesdays. It's like, no, you give it a week of data. Who knows? Right? Give it a few months of data, Luna said, I don't know about y'all, but I voted, I don't know. I just want to win a combine. Let's get the likes up. I love it. What is the best trade journal? So I've used ChartLog, TraderView. I've never used TradeZella, but I've heard good things about it. EdgeWonk is another one. I've never used it. I think the only two that I can remember using are TraderView, VUE, and ChartLog. I think there's one more though. I'm trying to remember now, but those, I mean, they're great. They're great because they can help you identify the best trading times that you have, or your edges, and etc. Trade a lot overnight, super thin right now. Yeah, it is. It's extremely thin. Rips, I'm most profitable when I'm asleep. There you go. I have EdgeWonks 2.0, but never stuck with it. Gotcha. Hey, Ribs, could you please explain the iceberg term in your own words and perspective? Because I've seen you mention it a lot in your videos. Sure. So let's go over to Bookmap here. So you can see here on the side right here, this is the current order book. And you can see here, this number is like 15 or 16. Let's just say that we tagged this with a 100 lot to the downside and this still showed us a 15 right here. Well, that means that there's an iceberg order, because if we're selling 1,000 into the bid and they're not moving and you're still showing a 15 lot and it's not moving, it's not taking those 15 lots, well, and they were able to absorb 1,000, that means that they're not showing what they really have and you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, and that's why they call it an iceberg. So you're only seeing just a little bit. You have tools that allow you to see this, because they actually do print out on the CME. They actually show you, they differentiate between what's an iceberg order and what's a stop order and all of these things. You can't actually see that with some add-ons like on Bookmap, but you can also track it manually, which is what I grew up doing. What I started trading with time and sales and just watching the order book and watching a footprint chart and seeing how orders were exchanged and pulling and stacking. And I'd see that if you have like 100 lot and somebody's banging into it and it's not dipping below you, and you got to figure there's an iceberg there. You can use add-ons, like I said, but that's all an iceberg is. It's just an order that's sitting there. They're not showing the full size of it, and it's there to kind of be a little bit sneaky. You could do the same thing in equities as well. You can show that you only have 100 shares and you could literally be sitting there with 50,000 shares. I do that often with small caps. I would have, I would automatically default my size shown to be 100, and then I'd have a hotkey if I'm trying to scare people that I would show bigger size. It's a whole different ball game over there, and you can't do the same here with futures, because you're just such a small fish. Whereas on small caps, if you're trading a couple $1 million, you can be a big fish for the day, depending on how much activity there is on a ticker and how thin it is. You could be trading alongside, maybe there's like less than 100 traders that are actively trading it, and you could bully those people around because maybe they're trading with like only $100,000 account or something like that. So, Rose, what is your favorite music out there? Big music scene. I always go to shows there. I like all sorts of music. My taste is very eclectic. If you folks have been members in the Clubhouse here, we always do a little Rips Radio in the morning, I guess. And I don't know, what did we play this morning? I think it was Sting this morning. I'm all over the place with music. I like everything. There's really not a genre I don't like. Maybe like, there's like Rage House or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm not a big fan of that. There's like Rage House or something like that, where it's like very aggressive, like Dutch, like what is that? Like super, super fast. I can't remember it, but do I like Aqua Barbie Girl? It's got a time and a place to be listened to, right? Loved it when we had our muse for the morning. Hey, there you go, Wally. Yeah, that was fun. Literally my exact music taste, almost anything. Yeah, very, very eclectic. Happy hardcore is maybe it's hardcore. That's what I'm thinking. Like hardcore house. Like I can't. It's just a headache for me. Hardcore house I can't listen to. And it's like there's a couple producers that started doing that. And it's like what? What is this? The Police. Yeah. Sting's original OG band there. They're great. The BPM is too much. It gets my heart rate just blasting the moon. It's hardcore house, right? It's crazy. Which indicator do you have on your charts? Hourly high and low. That's what these lines are here. Hourly high and low. What are we at right now? 700 likes. Let's get it to 1,000 so we can get this giveaway out of the way before the market opens and we can trade the market open together. That'd be great. The 50K is only 29 now, right? It's for all platforms. Yes, all platforms light. Use that coupon code. It's up for 5 accounts. You can do it on 5 accounts. Coupon code will work for 5 accounts. Techno's not so bad. It's that hardcore stuff that's hardcore blasting like so fast and hard. I think it's hardcore, I think is what it's called. Queen never goes out of style. Yeah, I love Queen. The best. Let's see here. If Richmond Manufacturing Index is bigger, NQ will go short. If it's smaller, NQ will go long. Yeah, I don't have any previews on the platform yet, but that's not going to be out until 30 minutes after the open. So 10 a.m. is when we get that. Do you prefer dome reading over chart reading? Yes, I prefer reading Bookmap and time and sales. It gives me a lot. Chart is kind of like setting up the structure, and then watching the orders hitting the market, orders hitting the tape is kind of where I get my interest from, right? No, dubstep's okay. I don't mind dubstep. Like Skrillex came out with that double album. I thought it was very nice. Speedcore, maybe that's what it is. Daft Punk and Crystal Method. Oh man, Crystal Method. They're still doing shows. I think one of them, because it was a duo. I think one of them is still doing shows. Great production duo right there. Cookie Monster vocals. Yeah, there's a time and a place for it. Maybe if you're heading out to the gym, right? You have to pay for dome data on Top Step. That's $29 a month is what that is. So, Daft Punk, legendary. Was anybody lucky enough to see Daft Punk at Coachella on that first, when they do the Pyramid show? I think I was meant to go to that show, but I never did. Screamo, I don't know, has its time and place. I think really the only one music I don't like is hardcore. Yeah, it's $39. Okay, sorry about that. 30. I thought it was 29 for some reason. $39 there. It's the same price of data on Top Step. It's $40. $40 for CME data on Bookmap as well. Yeah, I saw Crystal Method a couple of times as well. They're great. Miles Davis, yeah, Bitches Brew, a great album. It's awesome. It's good stuff. Throw that on, drop a couple tabs, and have a good night. I'm kidding. Do you recommend market executions? Depends, right? If you need to get in there now, yeah. But, if you're doing market orders on like the NKD, you're going to get terrible fills, right? Tango, get out of here. Is that done for every account on Top Step or one fee for all? Ooh, good question. Can somebody help Ain't Much with that? That's a very good question. Does that work for all accounts? You might have to buy data for each account. I'm not sure. Depends what size you wear. Lo-fi hip-hop isn't bad while trading, nice and chill. Yeah, we listen to that kind of stuff in here. Once we finish the YouTube stream, we usually get a little chill vibe going in here. Yes for all, one fee for all. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't we have the best community in here? Speaking of best community, we are 120 or 220 likes away, 215 likes away from getting this giveaway going here. Probably not going to trade until the market opens. That's probably what I'm looking at here. Probably not going to trade. Why is the headline free combine? Well, good news for you is that if you go to this post right here, let me pull this up. You go up to this post right here and you retweet it. All you have to do is retweet that post. You are entered into the giveaway. We have 68 entries right now. So, I mean, 1 in 68 chance to win a free combine. That sounds good to me. Been listening to a lot of classic rock lately from the 60s and 70s. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Some real Stones, good stuff. What's your bias for opening? I got to wait until I see those orders hitting the tape. I have different scenarios, right? So if we're looking back at TradingView, there we go. If we're looking back at this, we go to right over here. We're looking at the volume profile. These are the areas of interest that I'm looking at here. This shelf, this shelf, this shelf. You can see as we get lower in these shelves down here, obviously we're only going back until Wednesday, last Wednesday here. You get less and less interest. So as we go down here, the likelihood that we're going to bounce becomes higher and higher, especially on a no news day. So we might fade very quickly off the open on very low liquidity. We could fade and then nobody's supporting bids and we find some bids down here. We rocket right back up. We find our way back into balance somewhere here. Or if we're snapping much lower, we could be entertaining liquidity somewhere in this area here. If we break below this, I mean, it's no man's land. It's a death drop down below there. So a lot of different things on the docket today that can happen. The more you zoom out, the more you realize, I mean, all you have to do is just kind of on a trend day, trade a one lot and just kind of catch big piece of the move there. You have a coupon for everyone else. Do you have a coupon for Market Clubhouse? Just the one that you're seeing there pinned to the top of the chat there. 5 Express funded accounts. They're working on making a custom coupon code, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there with that. Are you going to manage your 5 XFAs differently to your 3 XFAs? I think I'm going to trade smaller size, even though I was trading pretty small size on them already. But trading smaller size because now I have $15,000 worth of daily drawdown instead of $9,000, right? So I increased my number of XFAs by 67%. Should increase my profits by 67%. But it should be a lot less dramatic to trade, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've never done it before, so we'll have to see. Only time I traded more accounts was on another prop firm, and I took a payout and never traded on them again. So that was that. Shooter. You're so ridiculous. Price is $29 for 50K accounts when you put you asked in the promo codes. Yeah, it's also 5 Express funded accounts. It's either coupon code. Either one works. Hey, Rips, what is your bias for the day? I'm long 767. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I got to wait until the orders are hitting the tape here. I can argue for both ways. When those orders are coming out here in about 13 minutes, then we're going to find out pretty quickly here. Can you tell MP to put a discount code in the other combines too? Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I talk to MP all the time. He's always looking for feedback, and I deliver him the feedback that you folks give to me. We are 180 likes away from doing this giveaway. We are so close to the open, 12 minutes from the open. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Let's see here, folks. Which indicator shows your volume profile on TradingView? It's called Visible Range Volume Profile right here. Visible Range Volume Profile, VRVP. These are my settings. You can go back and pause the video if you want to copy my settings. They're not the best settings in the world. They're my settings, and I just like the settings that I have on them. So, hey, there you go. Does the coupon code only work with 50K accounts? Yes. Any word they're going to do the same on the 100K and 150K accounts? No idea. I haven't heard anything. So they could announce something, fire drill, something. I don't know. If I knew, I'd tell you. But yeah, 50K combines, $29. And I mean, the difference to me now is like 50Ks weren't attractive to me before because, you're only getting $3,000 worth of daily drawdown, but now you're getting $5,000. I mean, it starts to get a little bit of attractiveness, for the price. I mean, it's $149 whether you pass a 150K, a 100K, or 50K. It's still $149 to activate that XFA. But the interim price of paying for the challenge, the combine, is much cheaper. So, it might change for a lot of people out there. We'll see. To have up to 5 XFAs, do I need to buy new combines or does it work with the ones I already have? It works with every single one you already have. Like I had a bunch of combines on the bench that were passed and I just brought in 2 of those bad doggers into the big show. And that's where we're at right now. We have 5 Express funded accounts live and ready to go, ready to fire. I haven't used them yet. I haven't used the extra 2. I've traded on the other ones, but haven't hit the 5-pack yet. So Is Nvidia dumping? Not really. We're trading 1130s right now, 1132. It needs to break down below for a nice flushicito. We need to see breaking below 1120s there. So Nvidia is continuing to roll here. Or I'm sorry, Nvidia. NQ is continuing to roll here. Not seeing much of a catalyst. Meta's kind of tooling down. S&Ps are rolling over here. The big area in the S&Ps for the flushicito is, like I said, 5270 is where we should find bids. If we don't, then it should continue rolling. I had to stop doing the 150Ks. Too expensive per month right now for me. And there you go. That's why I switch over to those 50Ks, and being able to trade 5 of them is great. Fantastic. Can anyone recommend any trade copier system where I can use between Tradeovate and TradingView? I believe, pretty sure that Replicanto works for Tradeovate. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. I think you still have to use NinjaTrader for it to work. I'm not sure. Why is the market dead today for us buyers? Well, there's just no news. We don't have any news catalysts, and we're leading into the month that is going to be, the end of June is going to be wild because we have end of quarter, end of H1. Be wild, and we have FOMC, which is going to probably shake things up quite a bit. So it's just dead right now. No news. We'll probably have bigger traders waiting for Thursday and Friday. When you announce the giveaway winner, as soon as we get to 1,000 likes, that's what we'll do. We are 125 likes away there. Rips, yesterday I said on Tops of TV that we need to test 5276. Very prescient idea there, Richard. Very nice. Yeah, Tradeovate does have a built-in copier, but it doesn't copy your ATM strategy, from what I've heard. Tops Up coupon not working. Try to do it without the quotes. Make sure you don't have any spaces, and that's before or after. Sometimes when you copy and paste, it leaves a space before or after. So no spaces, 5 express funded accounts. Why no 1080p? It is available in 1080p, is it not? Yeah, it's available. 1080p 60. Oh yeah, it's available. New YouTube layout sucks. Tell me about it. Oh, I'm screaming it from the mountaintops here. Brackets won't work unless you get Replicanto. Correct. Yeah. Can you do a short video about dome reading? Yeah. Probably have a short coming out about that sometime soon. Yeah, if you just copy, go to the message that is pinned. By the way, if you want to support the stream, since we're not taking any trades here, it really does help me if you want to support the stream. Let me get the link. You don't have to buy anything, but just clicking this link gives me a lot of support right here. If you just click that and you let the page load, that gives me a tremendous amount of support. So if you want to support the stream, don't have to, but it's something that absolutely helps me, as well as pushing the like button. We've been growing so fast in here, by the way. I mean, we were just at celebrating 15,000 subs. We are now just blasting through 17,000 subs. We're on our way to 20,000 subs, and we've all done this together here. This is crazy. I was streaming in September to, I think, 70 people. Now we're hitting like 2,000 people regularly, which is crazy. It's nuts. I mean, you folks are incredible. The fact that you show up here, you share your morning with me, I mean, it means a lot. It's wild. I did not expect us to grow this fast. It's totally nuts. And it's funny because you see other streamers out there that have like 200,000 followers or 250,000 followers. They bring in a lower number of concurrent viewers than we do here on the Market Clubhouse stream, which is like, wow, it couldn't be more obvious that you paid for your followers. That's crazy. That's wild. I mean, I got to see, actually, I'm curious, who's live right now? Let me see here. Who's live and what are their viewership at? Let's see here. I'm curious. I just want to see here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're still winning. My goodness. Started coming for the trading. Now it's just the entertainment you're truly showing. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. I try to make it entertaining the best we can. We are rolling over here still. We have about 5 minutes till the open. I'm going to take a quick little restroom break. We'll do the giveaway. I mean, we're at 35 away from the 35 likes away from the giveaway. So we'll trade the open together. Hopefully we can see if we can get some nice trades. We'll trade the open together and see what happens. And I'll be right back with you folks. Don't go anywhere. We're back. All right. 3.5 minutes now until the open. And we are 5 likes away. So we'll definitely be doing this giveaway here shortly. Very excited about this. Free Top Step Combine. Gonna be awesome. So let's see what we have here off the open. Get my hotkeys ready to go here. Everything's suited and booted. See if we can hang on to our profits from this morning's trade. Maybe trading this in combines. I still don't feel that it's a good market for me to trade my XFAs just yet. I want to pop the cherry and the 5-pack on a nice day, and I think tomorrow's going to be that nice day. So we'll see. What would happen if I was long on 52.82 at opening? Oh, you never know. Never know. I feel like 75 lots is just bait for people to blow their account. I agree. So don't do it. Be smarter than that. I agree with you 100%. I think it's crazy. I mean, you could get lucky, but I mean, if you're up on the day, like you're up 50 racks, 10K per account, maybe it's worth a shot. Maybe. But I mean, by golly, just lock it up if you're up 50K, right? There's no point, right? Rushing everything rushing in trading is just the worst thing you could possibly do. It really is. Look at this. We are tumbling now. Looking at Microsoft is coming down. Nvidia is still holding here, but by golly, if Nvidia just started to tumble, oof. I think we get crazy to the downside here. All right, we did it, folks. We hit the likes. So after we trade a couple prints here off the open, we'll do the giveaway here. All right, we are 2 minutes now. 2-minute warner, less than 2 minutes here until the market opens. Any more than 3 contracts in the NQ, I start to hyperventilate. Well, if you're trading 5 accounts, you're going to have to get comfortable with trading a 5 contract minimum. But maybe, do it on the micros. Don't have to do it in the minis. Nobody's forcing you to trade that stuff, right? All right, switching over to Ninja Trader here. I hope everyone out there has a beautiful, beautiful trading day. Don't get too crazy. We're going to be trading in combines today. Wish me luck. This is all very new to me, trading 5 accounts. So trying my best over here. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. I have to remember I'm trading 5 accounts, so keep the sizing down. I got to remember that. All right, we are coming up inside 1 minute here and now. 1 minute until the market opens. 1 minute. Do you use market buy or bid? It depends. If I'm trying to jump into the market quickly, I'll use a market order, but don't do that on the NKD because you'll get smacked super hard. Thank you, Stevie. Good luck to all of you out there. 30 seconds until Boomtown. 30 seconds. Good luck to each and every single one of you. I hope you all have an amazing, amazing day out there. Trade safe, trade smart. See if we can get anything here right off the open. Gonna be trying my darndest. Let's see what we could do here. So 50 3/4 is the level we want to be watching here. 5 seconds. Good luck, everybody. 5 seconds. Markets are open. Big little pump up there in Microsoft. Can we clear up above these 70s? A little squeeze up to perchance 84. Let's see here. Market is getting heavy, heavy, heavy buyers. Saw the question. Somebody was asking, where are the buyers? Well, looks like we may have found them. So pushing up into those 84s here. See if we have any kind of this momentum running out. We're pushing above those 84s now. This is definitely pushing hard here. Still very, very strong. Nice bounce there. Nvidia holding. Microsoft, big old bounce here. Into these 800s now. See if we're still strong into these 800s. Looking for a potential scalp here. Microsoft coming back down. kind of what I'm seeing here. A little rejection in Microsoft. Watching here, just under 800. So have a lot of momentum coming to the top side here. I'm watching here. Looking for a reject under these 800s. Some topping resistance, potentially. See if we can find any sellers that want to push this down harder. Some resistance there into those 90s. Not a huge fan. If we snap that, however. Looking for this snap. Ooh, I don't like that exchange at 95. Hold on one second here. Not a big fan of that exchange rate at 95, but let's see. Back above those 800s. Trying another add here. That pushback below 800. Looking for 95s to trade out now. Feels a little dicey. Watching here. We need to tuck below this volume shelf. Okay, so yeah, the big dip below, but can we find continuation in this seller? Okay, a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, I didn't like that. There's a little bit of selling, but not enough for me to get excited to add into that. Let's see here. Show me that tuck back below 95 and we'll be sitting pretty here, but I don't like that kerfuffle, to be honest with you. Nvidia is starting to roll a little bit. Still a little bit of topping resistance, but I could see them swiping at this. Let's see if these 90s give out. Oh, I do like that push there. See if this holds. Taking off one there. Taking off one more there. Move my stop at break even. Let's see if we can run the rest down. You have to be careful for these big old pops that are going to come through. And we got stopped out there. So that brings our total. We were up $3,000 on the day. But remember, we're using the power of 5. We're up $4,700 now. How about that? Anybody else see the market how I saw it there? Anybody else out there seeing the market how I saw that there? I felt like that was a good demonstration right there. Anybody else out there? Power of copying on 5 accounts is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Yeah, I just didn't trust it that we're going to get that big old fade back to open. I just don't trust it. There's just so much liquidity above, so I was happy to stop out there. So I think that we should probably do that giveaway, and then we'll continue trading here in the Discord. But that was nice. That was nice. We were able to demonstrate the copy trading there, and this is what it looks like here across the board. About $950 per account right there. Just copying using Replicanto. Simple as that. Felt good. It felt right. So we had that nice little boot, scoot, and boogie to the top side, and then a little pullback going over to the 1 minute here. This is kind of the channel I was watching here on my screen. That's a screen that you can't usually see, but you know, I was watching that channel. We shorted into that and we took it down there, and hey, rest is history. Worked out, right? Worked out for us. So I love the new copy trading. I will tell you that. I love the new copy trading on 5 accounts. You don't have to use as much risk. It's really, really nice. Beautiful thing. So let's do this giveaway. How do we feel about that, folks? Let's do the giveaway. And then, you know what? We'll be trading the rest of the day here in the Discord. We'll see if we have any trades lighting up for us there. Just 2 trades today to make $4,700. I mean, that's crazy there. Must love the idea of X5 on the winners. Wait and see how many may handle X5 the losses. Yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to multiply the losses as well as the wins, but it's all about managing that risk, right? Got to manage that risk. Okay, let's see here. Get the tweet loaded up. Again, this is the tweet right here. If you want to partake in the giveaway, you just have to retweet that tweet. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up here. Got it up. You don't need to have a profile picture. Any tweet, account, age will do. 1 week is fine. Latest tweet is any. And let's see here. How do I do this? Going to the next page here. All right, 158 entries are loaded here. 158 entries are loaded. Let's see if I can bring this on over. All right. Let me get this window the right size here. All right, here we go, folks. Bringing this over. See if this works. There we go. All right, good luck to everybody out there. There is no word. This is just for the retweet. If you retweeted my tweet there, then you have a chance to win. Simple as that. We're going to do the draw right here and now. If you are the winner, I'm just going to send you a DM on Twitter, and that's it. Here we go, folks. Good luck to all of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and it is... there you go. Vince, if you're watching right now, you've won. Congratulations. Let's see your entry here. Congrats to you, Vince. You have won. I'm going to go ahead and DM you right now. You do follow me. Fantastic. Congrats. Free combine. Cool. Vince. Oh, that's you. Hey, what's up? Give it up for Vince. Let's go, Vince. Congratulations. Awesome job. That's great. That must feel good. Free combine is like, it's the best thing in the world right there. That's awesome. Yeah, so just make sure you send it. That is me. You did just reply to me. That is actually me. So good stuff. Don't ever reply to anybody else if they're trying to, like, they have a good way of making it look like you're talking to me. It's not me. I'm never going to do anything with crypto. That's how you know. If they start talking crypto, it's never me. Okay, there's your red flag. If they start asking for a credit card number, it's never me. So be careful out there. All right, folks, we're going to be locking it up here. Up $4,700. Traded across five. 1, 2, 3, 5. That's awesome. 5 Top Step combines. If you want to take advantage of those Top Step combines yourself, this is the link to do it at right here. And the coupon code is, of course, 5 Express funded accounts. It's pinned to the top of the chat there. Thanks for tuning in this morning, folks. I had a lot of fun trading alongside of you. Folks in the Discord, don't go anywhere. Let's get this party started. I'll talk to you folks here on YouTube. I'll see you all tomorrow for Thursday for jobless claims and GDP, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll see you folks tomorrow bright and early at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Take care, trade safe, and good luck.